As the devastating fires continue to rip through the Hollywood Hills, the Red Cross responding by sending volunteers from across Oregon, including here from Jackson and Josephine counties. Many of these volunteers know the impact of wildfire firsthand. The organization is still recovering from the 2020 wildfires in their own community.
We have volunteers down in Los Angeles right now who lost their homes. Their homes burned down. We're in the community that's affected. We were in the Medford, Josephine County, and Jackson County areas during the 2020 wildfires. We had volunteers that lost their homes in the Alameda fire.
The Red Cross is reminding us that disaster can strike anyone, anywhere, whether in Southern Oregon, Western Oregon, or Southern California. The need for help is constant, and the Red Cross encourages everyone to be prepared because no one is immune from disaster. And concerns are rising about the fire risk here in the Rogue Valley. Samantha Cadera takes a closer look at the fire danger in our area after social media posts warn the dangers of neglected brush and dry vegetation.
And when we're seeing those cooler temperatures and intermittent rain, it doesn't mean that things can't catch on fire. There's always that risk, especially with the vegetation type and the topography that we have in Southern Oregon.
As I drove around the valley, I noticed tall brush and dry vegetation in many neighborhoods. Local residents are sharing concerns about how these conditions could easily lead to a disaster. One post from Steve and Roxy Ann reads, "The horror in LA fires can happen here also. The fires that can decimate our east side homes is not if, but when." Julie from Medford added concerns about fire safety in new housing developments, suggesting the need for better fire-resistant protocols. And Michelle from Talent also shared her concern, noting that many properties outside city limits aren't managing weeds and brush. ODF says while the risk of large fires right now is low, dry brush can still catch fire under the right conditions.
Living in Oregon, especially in Southern Oregon, there really is no fire season. There's a heightened risk of fire in the summer, and that's why we declare the season. But we can see fires year round.
While the immediate fire risk may be low, it's still important to stay vigilant and manage vegetation to reduce the risk of devastating fires when the warmer weather comes ahead. Reporting in Medford, I'm Samantha Cadera.
And some breaking news just into our newsroom tonight. The Klamath County School District is notifying families of a data breach. The incident involves PowerSchool, the software the district uses for their student information system. The taken data primarily includes parent and student contact information. PowerSchool Corporate says the breach impacts districts nationwide and that Klamath County schools were not targeted. More details on the incident can be found on our website, kdrv.com. Let's check in with Storm Tracker 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman to see what our conditions are looking like for us tonight, Matt.
Well, Haley, still some lingering showers out there. Spotty, though. We are seeing those temperatures in the 40s in Wairika, Grants Pass, and Medford. Likely going to see some more fog develop tonight in our west side valleys. 37 currently in Klamath Falls. And now that we are past sunset, some lingering snow showers in the Cascades starting to have an impact out on the roads. Pretty snowy as you head up towards Diamond Lake. We've been seeing some snow showers towards Lake of the Woods. Any wet roads tonight in our higher elevations will freeze. So do watch out for some slick and also some snowy passes through the Cascades, especially tonight. You can see some of this lingering snow shower activity along the Cascades, some rain showers down in elevation, but we'll see this shower activity dwindle as we go through the overnight hours. Precipitation amounts right around 1/10 of an inch in Grants Pass and Medford. Higher totals to our north as expected. Didn't see much measurable precipitation for most of the east side and Northern California. Winds are breezy up in the higher terrain, but with light winds in the Rogue Valley, expecting more fog to develop tonight. Down to 33 in Grants Pass and Medford, 23 tonight in Klamath Falls. So some colder temperatures to start tomorrow, and it's going to be a chillier Saturday throughout Southern Oregon and Northern California, but we will see some brighter skies, especially for the Basin, Siskiyou County, and the coast. We'll take a closer look at your forecast through the weekend coming up in just a bit. Haley.
Matt, thank you. Happening now, 5,000 Providence healthcare workers are on strike, the largest healthcare strike in the state. Workers picketing outside Providence Medford for over 10 hours today, beginning at 6 this morning. Providence Medford sharing, quote, "The hospital has had nearly 40% of ONA represented caregivers report for work today and expect that number to rise." NewsWatch host Brinkley Hill shows us the nurses on strike at Providence and has been tracking those mediations.
Rain and sunshine, these nurses at Providence Medford are out here and they're standing up for what they believe in and not stepping off the picket lines until a contract has been agreed upon.
Striking in general is one of the most powerful tools in a labor union.
Providence Medford is the lowest paid of the Providence system in Oregon. We're asking for safe staffing.
The nurses' union representatives say Providence wasn't responsive to their proposals and offered very little at the last mediations. Providence offered an average base wage increase of $20,000 in the first year. That means that the average salary would be $102,000 to $153,000 a year. The proposal would also include an additional 4% increase in year 2 and year 3 of this contract.
The proposal that we have put forward is generous. It's fair, and the economics of that, I think, just as importantly, is sustainable.
Providence said it was making progress in mediations on some of the hardest issues, like the staffing concerns raised by doctors before the nurses issued this strike notice. ONA members have also been asking for better working conditions in hospitals and better paid time off and health care plans. A few days ago, I spoke to Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley about this strike and what negotiations should look like moving forward.
Goal should be to intensify those negotiations and try to reach a resolution so that we can get back to our ordinary rhythm of health care quickly.
When I was speaking to Senator Merkley, he said that his wife is a nurse, so he hears firsthand the stories from this workforce. Senator Wyden also tweeting out this morning saying that these healthcare workers at Providence deserve to be treated like the healthcare heroes that they are. That means fair wages, benefits, and adequate staffing, things equally important to the patients that they serve. We'll continue to bring you the latest updates as we get them. From Medford, Brinkley Hill.
And in Grants Pass, residents of the J Street homeless encampment say they're staying put after police did not show up to a planned sweep today as the resting site gets closed to its closing date. NewsWatch 12's Leaf column shows us what's next.
Bright orange papers standing out among the rocks and mud this week at the J Street encampment in Grants Pass. They're orders from police asking residents to leave by Friday at 1 p.m.
Anything they can do to make us more uncomfortable, they do. Like, they take our stuff, they take our tents, they throw them away. We don't even have a chance to get our stuff back.
NewsWatch 12 was there at 1 p.m. on Friday, and police didn't show up to sweep. The site is aiming to close January 24th after a 5-2 vote Tuesday from City Council.
The 7th Street and the JC sites are temporary in nature. We have an expiration date on the J Street.
The second encampment on 7th changing its hours from 5 p.m. to 7 a.m. One resident who didn't appear on camera told me he got an order as well, but it wasn't enforced, even with the police station next door. I reached out to Grants Pass police, who didn't respond to my request for comment. As one site inches closer to its closing date, some are pouring out their hearts.
It's just a poor thing that our society is doing for these people or can't do for these people. It's just a testimony of how cruel we can be.
In Grants Pass, I'm Leaf Column.
And on some sports news, Roundball Wrap returns tonight for the first time this season. Many of our local teams getting league play started. NewsWatch 12 Sports' Peyton Manny joins us live in studio to talk about what we can expect for Roundball Wrap. Peyton.
Yeah, thanks, Haley. Happy Friday and happy Roundball Wrap to all who celebrate. From now until February, we have one night dedicated solely to high school basketball. Coming at you tonight is 15 full minutes of highlights and final scores from your favorite teams and favorite players. All the basketball you can find will all be in one place with NewsWatch 12 Sports. Lots of teams to keep an eye on this season, many on the hunt to win a second consecutive title. Cascade Christian boys basketball on the hunt for a four-peat. We'll follow that journey tonight starting at 11:15 p.m. But before we get to 11:15, you can also tune in to our first game of the week broadcast, Ashland at Churchill kicking the season off. You'll be able to find that game on 12.2 Antenna TV KDRV Classics. Tip-off set for 7:30 p.m. We'll preview some high school and college basketball coming up in just a bit. For now, live in studio, Peyton Manny.
Peyton, thank you. And if you're looking for a companion that will bring life into your home, meet today's pet of the week, Noelle. This 7-month-old Australian cattle dog and shepherd mix is filled with energy and eagerness to learn and an extremely cute face. She doesn't know any tricks yet, but her food motivation makes her an enthusiastic and quick learner. She's bound to make any home lively with her vibrant and affectionate nature. And if you want to meet Noelle, you can find her at the Jackson County Animal Shelter. Their operation hours are seen here on your screen. Given the chance to warm up to new people, Noelle will thrive with the family that has patience and energy.